While Marco is lamenting that he's not going to be able to get tickets to a movie marathon featuring movies starring his favorite kung fu action star, Mackie Hand, who seems to be an amalgamation of Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris, which is kind of hilarious, Tom, of all people, appears and asks Marco to the very same movie marathon. Tom explains that he actually got something out of spending time with Marco the last time they were together, even if Marco was a little bit kidnapped at the time, and that he wants to try something like that again, just on more mutual terms. Marco doesn't really want to go anywhere with him, but he really wants to see that movie marathon, so he kind of sucks it up and goes anyway. And so they go on a ride to the theater in Tom's demonic TARDIS stagecoach, hanging out, having a genuinely good time talking about kung fu movies and bonding over their mutual love of Nick Lachey songs. Marco even at one point helps Tom to deal with his anger in a way that doesn't involve him exploding and using his supernatural powers, which is something that we've never really seen anybody be able to do with Tom before. They have such a good time, in fact, that Marco actually loses track of time, eventually realizing that if they don't get to the theater very soon, they're going to be late. This is when it's revealed that Tom only did this as a way of passing an anger management course. He had to spend time with someone he doesn't like, specifically the person he hates the most. So when it becomes apparent to Marco that something's up, and Tom actually physically locks him inside the carriage, Tom gets upset, he fails his course, and Marco seems genuinely hurt. It really does seem like he genuinely thought they were becoming friends and feels hurt by Tom's betrayal. However, Tom likewise seems to feel bad about what he did, going so far as to resurrect the dead Mackie Hand in order to win back Marco's favor. It was absolutely absurd, but quite honestly the perfect end to an absolutely absurd episode. I found it interesting that even though this was an episode dealing with Tom, someone who is from Star's past, Star featured very little in this episode. This show is doing a really good job of showing us that it has absolutely no qualms taking a step back from the title character and examining other characters and their storyline. Her one appearance at the very beginning, though, was quite funny. One of the funnier things in an episode which overall was pretty funny to begin with. And honestly, and this is going to sound kind of mean, but her presence was not missed. This was a great episode, despite her obvious absence. Tom and Marco as characters have a lot of chemistry with each other, and it was very nice seeing them interact on their own, in a semi-friendly environment. And I mean, I don't typically like date night episodes, but this one was surprisingly good. What, you mean this wasn't a date? It certainly looked like one. Tom showed up, asked Marco out on a date. They bonded over a song with these lyrics.
We started out as frenemies, but found that we have chemistry.
And at the end, when Tom betrayed Marco, he walked away singing a breakup song. And don't tell me that resurrecting the dead doesn't count as a grand romantic gesture. Though if it doesn't, that does explain why my last relationship ended. I mean, no joke, these characters have a lot of chemistry. And I know at the end they claim that they still don't like each other, but I just can't believe that's true. Marco doesn't seem like someone who could continue to dislike someone, genuinely dislike someone who does something so nice for him. And when Tom resurrected Mackie Hand to win back Marco's favor, he wasn't getting his anger management certificate at that point. He'd already failed. So if that's all he really cared about, why did he do it? No, he clearly cares about what Marco thinks of him. And with all of the romantic framing in this episode, I just can't help but think that someone on the crew ships it, and not gonna lie, I kind of do too at this point. This was, at the end of the day, a really cute, pretty funny episode that really helped to expand Tom's role in this story. They're doing a good job of portraying him as a person who has these anger issues and is trying to work through them, and it's just incredibly difficult for them. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where they take that going forward. It's starting to become interesting to me. All of that said, though, guys, if you have seen this episode, what do you think of it? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.